I'm really looking forward to having a chat today to the lovely Jennifer Page. Jen is the founder of Affinity Gymnastics and works really powerfully with young people to get them to move and find the joy in movement. And she is someone who has had a lot to try and cope with and deal with over these challenging times and has been doing it with aplomb. So Jen, I'm so glad that you're having a chat to us today, my love. It's been tough times, but we know you've been through tough times before. So it's always nice, I think, for people to appreciate a little bit about, pre one of many, what was life like for you back then? What were you up to in the world?
What was it up to? It does feel like a whole other lifetime ago, which I think sums up some of the transformation. So I've been running Affinity for nearly 13 and a half years now. So I'm a lifetime self-employed career girl. I've never worked for anyone else. I've always set up my own thing, which is great. So I've always in theory had work that meets my purpose and is what I do. But it was a lot harder before. I think it's more a case of doing everything and also feeling quite stuck in it. I think before, like pre one of many, I was starting to look for other things to do as well, to be honest, because I wasn't quite believing in kind of the power of what I was doing, and that I could get out of this sort of stuck doing everything myself, earning very, very little, being quite unwell physically as well. And it was just harder. Life was harder.
So how was that journey of change for you, during the year of, really upskilling and taking things on? What did you notice?
I think the thing which is probably why I started doing anyway, was I just suddenly felt seen, which was really bizarre to me. It was like, hang on, you seem to see, like I always knew that there was more to me, I had more, but it was, no one seemed to see it at all. But yet somehow it was instantly there with the community. And it was like, this is weird. You've literally met me, and I'm kind of the invisible woman in a room of newbies, as I'm sure you probably remember.
I remember. Yes, indeed.
Very, very kind of, to myself in that way. So I was like, how do you guys have any idea that I'm, this person, and I've barely shown it to you, but yet the other people saw it and I felt seen. It was like, okay, right, well then I can explore this. I can have a bit more faith in myself. I can start sort of showing it a bit more. I think that was the main thing.
I think that's a really powerful point to speak to, because one of the magical things about the One of Many tribe is that we do see the greatest potential in each other. We look for that. We look for who are you at the core, not consciously. It's a community thing. It's not just the trainers. It's not just the coaches. And that's, of course, what we're trained in doing. But it is the community members as well, isn't it? They look for the best and they call it forth in each other. It's taking that fierce, committed stand for another woman, saying, I see you, come on, and calling it forth.
Yeah. And even from them people that you literally just met.
Yeah.
They would give you that kind of that commitment and that calling.
Yes, powerful.
Very powerful, yeah.
So how have you noticed your leadership change with the One of Many tools underneath your wings?
I think I've always done stuff quite differently. And I think I recognise now I have more faith in that is the right thing to do. That's kind of an intuitive kind of thing that I feel or I think a certain way, and that actually it's sort of given me the reassurance, really, that actually that I can follow my intuition, that it is the right thing to do, because it's quite different from what people in my industry are doing, or approaches to work or life or whatever. It's like, no, it's not wrong. It's actually, I can, it's a good thing to listen to. It's given me faith in that.
And you've had some big leadership challenges during the time that you've been with us. I know right now clearly is a big leadership challenge, but even a few months back, you merged with another merged with another organisation. How was that for you? How did you kind of apply your knowledge and navigate through that?
Yeah, that was a big challenge. I don't think I'd have ever taken that on or been asked to, I think, if I hadn't been involved with the One of Many community. And that almost, I approached it with quite a lot of interest, actually. It's fascinating to me. I mean, it's been a huge headache at times as well, but it's been fascinating to kind of think, right, okay, so this thing's come up, and I can see now what's behind it. So it's like, oh, that's because I've got this culture here and this culture here, and this hasn't quite happened yet in transition. That's creating this problem. So it's like, it's giving me kind of, I can understand a bit more why stuff occurs. So then I know where to go to fix it or to help.
And so you brought together two completely different cultures, two gyms, two sets of staff, and reorganized everything and got them working together. And I guess we're just coming out the other side of that when coronavirus hit, right?
Yeah.
So how have you noticed yourself showing up and responding?
I think in an area where everything is so uncertain, I think I've been able to give some element of certainty to people. That obviously there's a lot of crisis and everything, but I felt that sort of strong solidness to my leadership.
Yeah,
I still don't
that queen element, right? That queen element, that gravitas, that, you know, and the certainty, having a direction. That's exactly what you're speaking to there, I think.
Yeah, and then often it isn't that there isn't an answer, but it's right. These are the steps I'm going to take to find the answer. This is what we have to wait on. There's this and this, and I'll update you at this point. And and being honest about what's going on. I think I haven't kind of gone, it's fine, we'll be all right. It's like, no, actually, this is a real challenge and it's really painful. I think the day we had to close was heartbreaking. It was really heartbreaking. And I think I filmed a video to my members, and there's one to the team that went out privately. And it was, I think, and I spent quite a lot of time in that firstly, just speaking to what it felt. And then approaching, right, but this is what's next. But it was actually, let me just recognize what's going on. And I think that's what I've been doing in my leadership with everyone, the team, the members, everyone, is just recognizing where everyone is first, and kind of being very empathetic in that sense.
I think that's a really important lesson, though, for all of us, is that when we're feeling it, to try and put a lid on it is sometimes not the right answer. You know, yes, occasionally we have to, you know, we've got our shelving nasties tool. Occasionally we do need to shelf the grief to be able to deal with a situation. But when there is space to be able to let grief out, or to let the fear out, or to let the anger out, or whatever our feelings are, it's a crucial thing for us to be able to do, right? Yeah. I think that's a critical piece for us to take away from that. And that allows us then to show up again in that authenticity, which you're clearly doing with your team. It's so good.
I think some of the power types as well, sorceress is my highest, and I think trusting her quite often with a lot of decisions, like what is the right way to feel, or, you know, how do I feel and how do I react. I think using certain power types in certain moments has really helped. I've done that a bit more consciously than I might normally have. Fantastic.
Well, my darling, listen, I think you're a great role model of how to lead during these times, and how to be of support to team members and people who are feeling the weight of that uncertainty. So thank you so much for being one of many. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to have you as part of the community.